to day 28. So it's the last day. We made it. Can you actually believe it? That when we started it all that time ago, when you're on day 1, 28 seems so far away, and now, today, we're here. So I thought it was only fitting that I'm outside before 7 o'clock in the morning in the dark, and it's got a real autumn feel. So our amazing warm summer of 2022 has ended, just like this book. So as I say, today is day 28 and it is called Remember the Magic. The final quote says, "That's the thing with magic, you've got to know it's still here, all around us, or it just stays invisible for you." And that is by Charles de Lint. He was a writer and also a folk musician. Rhonda says, "Every day is unique. There is no day like any other day. The good things that happen each day are forever different and forever changing. And so when you remember the magic by counting yesterday's blessings, no matter how many times you do it, it will be different every time. It's just one of the reasons why Remember the Magic is the most powerful ongoing practice to maintain gratitude in your life. The easiest way to remember the blessings of yesterday is to start by remembering the beginning of the day when you woke up, and go back over the day in your mind, recollecting the major events of the morning, afternoon and evening until you reach the time when you went to bed. This is not dissimilar to the magic rock that we do every night, I think, but I guess what she's saying is to go through the day in a bit more detail. So we start by asking ourselves this question: what are the good things that happened yesterday? Whenever you ask a question, your mind will immediately look for the answer. Did you receive any great news? Did you receive or accomplished one of your desires? Did you magically receive unexpected money? Did you feel especially happy? You know what? I might answer these because we're on the last day, I'll go through it and answer it for the 28 days, because just looking at yesterday, a couple of these things happened, but let's go back over the days. So, did you feel especially happy? Yes. Did you hear from a friend that you haven't heard from in a long time? Yes, Nikki. Did something go magnificently well for you? Yes, I went on a surprise holiday. Did you receive a compliment, or did someone express his or her appreciation for you? Yes, my intern left last week and she gave me a really lovely card saying that I was an inspiration to her, which is the sort of stuff I live for. Did someone help you to solve a problem? Yes, my neighbour. They helped me to fix my bench and my car. The other neighbour helped me to fit my car, and I had help from other people, lots of people. Did you help someone? I think I did. Did you finish a project or start something new you're excited about? Yes, I finished this book. Oh dear. Did you eat your favourite food or watch a great movie? Did you receive a gift, resolve a situation, have a stimulating meeting, quality time with someone, a great conversation, or make plans for something that you really want to do? Yes, 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 yes. Rhonda then says, take a moment to write them all down. Scan over the surface of yesterday until you're satisfied that you've recalled all the blessings of the day. They can be small things or big things, because it's not about the size of the blessings, it's about how many blessings you find. So as I'm reading this all out loud, I've realised we probably could have just done day 28, as it pulls it all together. But I guess it's a bit late now, and also the questions that we're asking ourselves here will be broader because of the experiences we've had doing all the other days. So I've convinced myself that it is worthwhile doing the whole book. So let's summarise our last day. You count your blessings, make a list of 10. Then you remember the magic by counting the blessings of yesterday and writing them down. Ask yourself the question, what are the good things that happened yesterday? Scan the surface through until you feel satisfied that you've remembered them all. As you remember each one, simply say thank you. Then after today, you can do this practice whenever you feel like it. Keep repeating it, looking through yesterday, and then just before you go to sleep, you hold your magic rock and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. So that's it. That really is the end of day 28 and essentially the end of this book. Rhonda does go on in a final chapter and says that gratitude is always the answer, and she closes on the quote that we've all come to know and love, which is, wait a moment, can't find it, it's because it's so dark. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. So well done. We made it. If you have done every day, I've heard about only 5% of people who start the magic actually get to the end. So already you've got what it takes to achieve anything that you set your mind to. I'm just going to take a minute to reflect back through the practices. So for me, there were two halves. I loved the first half of this book, being grateful for all the things that we already have in our life, especially the water experiment, where I currently have 2 yellow jars of rice and 1 bright white one. Honestly, it has completely blown my mind, and that is what convinced me more than anything about the power of kind words. I liked also days 1 and 2, counting like I say, I liked days 1, day 2 and day 28. Oh dear. But no, I liked counting the blessings and the rock, because by doing those 2 things every day, it's naturally become a habit, and they say it takes about 28 days to form a habit. So considering I'm on day 40 or something, that's why. The second half of the book was more about picturing being grateful for your dreams in the future, which I felt was harder to do. But I hope, as you're listening to this, that you've had something big happen in your life. I've never been implying throughout this book that it's magic, like you just close your eyes, make a wish and you get everything you want. If that was the case, my 1% dream would have come true by now within this short space of time. But what is important to remember is, like I said to the guy on the plane, everything happens for a reason. Everything that happens to us has a purpose and often a hidden valuable lesson. And I think if you can just approach life like that, then you're on to a winner. One lesson I did take from these last few months is summed up in these 2 photographs that I took in Devon, not too far from that infamous creek. So if you're out on your walk, which I've told you to go on all along, you won't actually be able to see what I'm going on about. But basically, picture the scene where there are lots of little fishing boats bobbing about on the water with endless possibilities of where they could sail off to. But then only 9 hours later, that scene looked completely different. The tide had gone out, the same little fishing boats were washed up, stuck in the sand with no chance or choice to go anywhere. So you might think I'm mad, but at that time I remember thinking, that's like life. One day, i.e. today, you have endless opportunities in front of you and a number of possibilities of which direction your life can go in. And then before you know it, the tide goes out and you can't go anywhere. I know that's quite profound. What's this book done to me? But that is what I've learnt. And the tide is a long way out for all of us. So let's get going with everything we want to do and achieve in our life. So on that note, there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's to go back to the beginning of this book and do it in 28 consecutive days. No, I'm only joking. I will do it again though, maybe in the new year, but I meant that the last thing I have to do is to say thank you to you for keeping me company. Thank you, Rhonda, for all the food for thought. I feel like we know you now. And a little robin's here, so that's my grandma. Come to say good morning. And finally, thank you for all of you again for, making this to the end, because you're amazing. And I hope that you get everything that you want out of this. If all you take away from this whole experience is to build a habit of 3 things a day, I would suggest that they are: number 1, count your blessings, make a list of 10. 2, be kind to everyone you come into contact with, and of course, be kind to yourself. And number 3, do one thing today that moves you one step closer, promise me, to what you truly desire. And on that note, I will sign off. So thank you. I've loved doing this, and I really appreciate you listening to it and bearing with me and all the noises, being outside, the birds and the aeroplanes and everything, the owls. No, I really appreciate it. I'm really going to miss it, actually. It's not the sort of thing I would do normally, but it's the only way that I've been able to get through this, and I've really actually enjoyed it. So, see you soon. Take care. Bye.
I thought that we were so strong. Turns out it's just me in the wrong. So you say we finally reached the end. When you look in my eyes, all you see is just a friend. Don't wanna see, don't wanna know, don't wanna lose control. But all the things that you said just keep running through my head. When did our glory days pass us by? When did our glory days leave me behind? And our glory days were so few, so few. Tell me how, tell me how, tell me how do I lose you? Well, I fight for air like it's my last, and I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning in everything that's past. And the future is yours to heaven to hold, but not for me, not for me, out in the cold. Don't wanna see, don't wanna know, don't wanna lose control. But all the things that you said just keep running through my head. When did our glory days pass us by? When did our glory days leave me behind? And our glory days were so few, so few. Tell me how, tell me how, tell me how do I lose you? And if we had it all again, could we have changed our history? And if we had it all again, would you still choose me?